5 o'clock in the morning. I am dressed, if you can call it that. Got my short shorts, my heaviest wool socks, and I've got the bright orange bucket hat. I'm feeling pretty sexy. The only thing that could make it better, red, white, and blue sweatbands. Hey everybody, I am on my way to my vintage backpacking trip. Been planning this for months, gathering gear, doing research, and the clothing I have selected looks ridiculous on me, but I guess that was part of the point. Since I'm doing a vintage backpacking trip, I decided I wanted to try to hike a vintage trail, and so what I selected is a portion of the Tahoe-Yosemite Trail. A man named Thomas Winnett literally wrote the book on the Tahoe-Yosemite Trail back in the 70s, and my dad actually backpacked it twice, but it has since kind of fallen off the map. Basically, the Tahoe-Yosemite Trail was an interconnected series of other trails, including the PCT, and the idea was to get from Tahoe to Yosemite utilizing these various trails and some overland work and that kind of thing. And now, because the Tahoe-Yosemite Trail ends at Yosemite, I figured I could find it, and sure enough, it turns out that it ends at Tuolumne Meadows following the PCT. So I'm headed up to Tuolumne Meadows, and I'm going to be hiking the PCT/TYT north, up past Glen Aulin camps to Cold Canyon, and then just stopping wherever I feel like it to camp. So I am looking forward to finally doing this vintage backpacking trip on this vintage trail. I hope you will enjoy coming along with me. To embark. So I've walked like an eighth of a mile, and the backpack is quite uncomfortable. I'm going to see if I can adjust the shoulder straps, then I'm going to get the right shorts on and hit the trail. All right, it is 9:20. I am fully suited up. Backpack's adjusted, it's a little bit better. Here I go. Hey. Thank you. Well, it took about 5 people before someone finally said something. Nice outfit. Well, I hate to say it, but the short shorts aren't going to cut it. 2 problems. Actually, 2 problems caused by 1 problem. I think I went a little too small for the effect, and they are basically riding up like a Speedo, but it's also definitely going to cause some serious chafing. And while I am having a good time doing the vintage thing, my plan is definitely not to get hurt and suffer through it. Sorry, ladies. Now, these are not the only shorts that anybody ever wore in the vintage days, so I don't feel too bad, but definitely gonna need to change it up. Thank you.
Awesome. How's it going? Love the shirt.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Love it.
Chicks dig me because I rarely wear t-shirts, and when I do, it's usually something smiley. So a few things I've noticed that I would like to be different on this pack. Number one, no sternum strap. That's made it rough. You can kind of see these shoulder straps are just barely getting onto my chest, and my shoulders are kind of taking the brunt of the strap weight. Can't adjust that. There's only one adjustment on these straps. That is right here, and all it does is change the overall length. Another thing I noticed that's different is that there's no stuff pockets. If there's anything I want from my pack, I pretty much have to either take it off or hang it on the pack so that it's accessible. It's really cool to think that I was hiking on the trail that my dad did when he was, gosh, probably half my age, on a part of the trail that would have been his last day, and that I'm doing it in the kind of gear he would have used. These things aren't half bad. For about an hour, although I probably only hiked about 30 minutes of it. This pack is heavy. I'm tired already, but I'm gonna go ahead and snack up. It's been several hours since I ate. One thing that's cool about external frame packs is you can take things out of them and they don't collapse on you. All right, so this epic bison bar, which is Pemmican, is delicious. I can't believe I've never had this before. It's tender, flavorful. It's fantastic. I am starting to feel some hot spots kind of up here on the side of the toe and a little bit on the side of the heel. I did bring some Injinji liners, or I may just try wrapping them in some tape. Try to be a little bit more authentic. All right, good little break. So this is Delaney Creek. According to Winnett's book, there are 3 crossings of this creek, and he says the last one is the only one of any consequence, which means this creek crossing is the 3rd. Should be 2 more, and we'll head up to the next one. It's hard to tell with everything dry, but this is probably still the same creek. And it looks like the crossing is right here. Yep. Okay. Crossing number 2. Happening. Of course, this is crossing number 2, whichever direction you're hiking. And 3. Continuing to head to Glen Aulin. A lot of breaks on this hike. I'm not even tired. It's like my frame just can't handle this. Speaking of frames, I did find one adjustment I can make. I can pull these in just a little bit. And I don't know if that will help or make it worse, but I'm gonna try it. Why not? I can always change it back later. Okay. Toe taped. Socks adjusted, boots retied. Shoulder straps adjusted. Still uncomfortable. I think this is just the way it's going to be on this hike. Thanks, appreciate it.
Cheers.
Doing some vintage hiking today.
Awesome.
Oh, like the shirt.
Oh, it's a great shirt.
Yeah, I'm doing a vintage backpacking.
Oh, you got the...
Oh yeah, I got the frame, got the bag, pretty much like whatever I could find. Got an old stove.
Can I take a picture of you?
Yeah. You know, you can spend $80, $90 on a merino wool high-tech polyester hiking shirt, or you can wear a pure cotton smiley face shirt and make a lot of people happy. Coming up on Dingley Creek. It's about 11:30, so I took a quick tech break. I sent a Zoleo location ping. I did a GPS check to make sure I was where I thought I was, and I am. So things are going pretty cool, except my shoulders hurt. Just past the dry creek bed. Oh, that water looks so tempting. Cool the feet off. I don't know. Really don't want to sit in the sun right now. Really pretty beautiful. Wow, I mean, just this place is so great. If I can find some shade, I'm going to definitely take a break here. This is just too beautiful to walk past. Also, my shoulders hurt so bad. I forgot sunscreen, so I'm very glad for the shade, glad for this big bucket hat. Although it's a little warm, it's got pretty decent coverage. Check this out. How great is this? Oh, that was nice. One decision I am very glad I made was not to try to make this into a big mile trek today. With this untested gear, uncomfortable gear, heavy gear, I'm gonna need a lot of these kind of breaks to make it. And I don't want to feel bad about stopping. And I don't. I don't want to put on the pack. I mean, all right, it's time to throw that pack back on and hit the trail. Well, it's not quite water wheel, but not too bad. It's about 1 o'clock. I just came off of the bridge, so I am on the other side of the river now. And I am hungry, and my shoulders hurt. And it looks like I've got another hour at least, about 1.5 miles to Glen Aulin campground, where I will not be staying because it's full. But yeah, this is slow going, but you're basically going back and forth between granite cobblestones, which are slippery, ankle breakers, and decomposed granite, which is like hiking on the beach. And I would totally be running if I could. Need to come back here right after winter. Oh, look at those terraces. Oh my gosh, this would just be so fun. Looks like I'm headed down there. I'm at that point in a hike where I don't want to be hiking anymore. This pack is extremely uncomfortable. I think I've got the 80-20 rule reversed. I feel almost nothing on my hips and too much in my shoulders, and these pads are like wood. So I have found a couple of ways to adjust, where I put my arms under the strap sometimes, and sometimes just walking along like this and literally holding the pack up. It's getting warm. I'm doing all right on liquid, and I know that there's more places to pick up, so my plan is to finish off the Nalgene bottle, fill it up with water. That'll give me a little over 2 liters, I think like 2.5 liters of water to take to my camp. Something's making noise up here. Gonna have to check it out. Oh yeah. Oh boy. It would be very easy to lose the trail out here without these occasional rocks. I mean, not like you're going to get super lost, just kind of follow the creek, but or river. I guess I'm in a river at this point. But it's nice to know you're just not wandering off into nowhere. The whole trail at this point is just one awesome little waterfall after another, followed by swimming holes, followed by waterfalls, followed by swimming holes. What a spot. And although it would be refreshing, I think what I need right now is miles behind me. Sounds like a waterfall up here. What I do for you guys, see? Actually, all I'm doing for you guys is filming it. Anyway, I needed a break. I had to get this thing off my shoulders. I should be almost there. According to this, I should top this hill, head right down to the creek, and then I should be at Glen Aulin. In fact, oh, you know what? I think I can see it. All right. Oh my gosh. Ah! Okay, if you look down there, see that bridge? I believe that that is basically Glen Aulin Camp. And so that must be Cold Canyon. Or something. Filled up, got the chlorine in there. Gotta wait 5 minutes and shake it up. And then a half hour and I can drink it. So right across this river is the Glen Aulin campsite. My plan is to go over there and then head up Cold Canyon. I've been chilling here for a while, but I'm gonna say it's about 2:30 or so. So 5-hour trip here. Obviously going quite slow. A lot of filming, a lot of breaks, a lot of adjusting, eating, trying to take good breaks so that I can make it this far with this giant pack. And I'm feeling okay. Not great, shoulders are hurting. Probably have to take some vitamin I tonight before I go to bed. But I'm looking forward to finding my campsite. Two bridges. Huh. According to the signs out here, Tuolumne Meadows is almost 6 miles away. I thought I was going 5 or 5.2 or something. Okay, so there's the second bridge. This is the Cold Canyon Creek. There's a trickle of water in it. Okay, so I am officially next to Backpacker Camp, but this trail goes up Cold Canyon. So at this point, I'm just gonna walk until I find a place to stop. This part of the Cold Canyon Trail is basically just rock, up, 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 up. So I'm pretty far from the creek now. I think that going down there, got some shade, got some shelter. That might be the way to go. It's 3 o'clock. I'm hungry. I'm done. It's time to set up camp. I think I'm just gonna take this spot right here. All right, well, I think I found it. Obviously not the first person to think of this spot, but it is far up from the Creek Canyon. There's some tree coverage between it and the trail. Pretty good. Good news, the creek is flowing up here. So what that means is that I can use the rest of my water for meals, hot chocolate, Tang, milk, whatever I feel like making. And then right before I go to bed, I can dump whatever that is out, clean it off, fill up, drop the chlorine tablets in there, and in 30 minutes I'll have an Nalgene bottle full of water to drink all night. When I get up in the morning, I can either go down there and get more water, or I can just head down to the backpackers camp and skedaddle after I have breakfast. So it's only a little after 5. Kind of wish it was nighttime because I'm pretty tired and there's not a whole lot to do. But sit around and look at all this beauty. So in Yosemite, they actually want you to use the bear cans. You're just supposed to leave it somewhere where it won't roll around very easy. So I think I'm going to leave that there. There's that sweet bear hang I did. But my pots and things that I made stuff with, I'm going to leave in my Hilltop Packs custom Backcountry Pilgrim bear bag, because it's probably got some smells on it too. And then there's my backpack. We're trying to put it on the rocks so the ants don't get it. And there's the tent. This has kind of been my table. Nothing is on it right now, but it's a good little sitting spot right there. Fairly level. Cook right there, eat right there, sit right there. Perfect. Tang. A little bit of pressure there. Let's see how much that is. All right, well, I'm gonna get inside this tent because I am bushed. It's only like 6:30, but man, I am wiped. So I'm just gonna lay down and read for a little while. Maybe jot some notes in my notebook, which I have. Might read some more Tahoe-Yosemite trail book that my dad gave me. Who knows, maybe my dad camped here one time and read it. So, unless anything else happens, I'm signing off for today. All right, good morning. It is 6 o'clock. The sun has not quite come over the top of the ridge yet, but it's light enough outside that I can find my way around. So last night was fairly rough, I'm not gonna lie. This thin blue pad is just not good enough for this old man body anymore. But it didn't get too cold. The weather report said it was gonna get down to 40. I'm not sure that it did. I don't think it did, but I was very warm in my extremely heavy sleeping bag and a bag liner that I used to keep it from getting too dirty. As you can see, this tent is not very big. My head is basically the only thing holding it up right now. It is also very difficult to get in and out of because where that zipper is also where the center bar is. So you're basically trying to crawl through a hole that big without knocking the tent down. I got the bear bag taken down and put over on kitchen rock, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up the takedown before I eat, and that way it'll be a little bit more light. But I am planning on a pretty solid breakfast this morning. I want to get as much food off my back and in my belly as I can this morning, and then I'm going to start the hike on out of here. Sun's just coming up, starting to break over the ridge here in a few minutes. Give me some oatmeal. Everything tastes better in the woods. Ooh, look, look. It's turning. All right. Well, it's taken a long time, but it's starting to kind of look like eggs in there. Wow. It tastes just like eggs. I guess they are eggs, but yeah, they're eggs. That is good stuff. Well, this coffee in my Sierra cup marks the end. I hope you enjoyed watching this vintage backpacking trip. If you did, why don't you give the video a like and subscribe if you are into hiking, camping, backpacking, and the gear that goes with it. Until next time, I'm Doug. This is Backcountry Pilgrim. Take it easy. All right, sit.